Well, in my point of view, the biggest challenge from the maritime industry is to meet the decarbonization ambition set by the new requirements, new regulations that will have an impact, economic impact on the companies. Of course, there is a positive side of it that will drive the development of the carbon neutral fuels and new technologies. However, this new type of fuels, the carbon neutral fuels, will not be available with the type, the scales, location, and price. So it will be necessary to transit to different fuels and to alternative efficiency measures in order to reduce this economic impact of the new regulations. So, and additionally, this handling of these new technologies will bring another type of challenge, that it's the skills of and availability of the crew. So the new technologies and the particularity of the new fuels will need additional training of the crew. And according to our report, the Maritime Forecast 2050, around 800,000 seafarers will need additional training to fully decarbonize the maritime industry by 2050. And another challenge that I see is the cyber resilience, because all these new technologies, all these interconnections will bring this additional challenge with the cyber attacks, and the human being the weakest link in this report. Yep. Well, my message to them would be that I am encouraging them, the maritime industry, to embrace all this transition toward the decarbonized sector, a more sustainable future, and take this as an opportunity, not a threat. The journey has started in this direction, and it will speed up with new requirements, new milestones kicking in over the next decades. And so we recommend all the companies to be prepared for it and to embrace it. We have a good example is this European Emissions Trading Scheme, the ETS, that has started now in January 2024, and we have a huge economic impact on the companies. So they have to be prepared to report operational and administrative figures on their emissions, and they need validations and they need track reports, and this will be very important for the industry. And DNV has a program that can support the industry that we call Emissions Connect in that aspect. So basically, we recommend the players to prioritize safety and to collaborate, sharing knowledge, technology, experience, and to support delivery of this decarbonized industry. Well, the 7th edition of this report presents the range of all regulations and drivers of decarbonizing the industry. Basically, IMO, EU, and some financial regimes like the Green Bond, Poseidon Principle, and also this well-to-wake requirement that's new, that's coming. So these regulations will increase the economical impact on the using the carbon fuel from the companies, and we incentivize the ship owners to put in place some alternative measures to reduce their carbon footprint. The report mentioned that 30 to 40% of the global availability of carbon neutral fuel by 2030 will be needed just for the maritime industry. And that will be a big challenge, because there will be other sectors like aviation, like the transport, that will also need these alternative fuels. So then the report recommends the companies to set some corrective measures and some plans to reduce, to increase their efficiency and to reduce the carbon footprint. Some of these measures can be split in the operational energy efficiency measures, for example. That is the speed reduction, engine power limitation, proper cleaning, hull cleaning, route optimization. These are the easy ones that has been already been applied by the industry. There are some costly measures, for example, to utilize air lubrication system, and also assisted wind propulsion, and also utilization of more digital systems that will contribute with energy efficiency. There is some low technology, low emissions technology that has been mentioned in the report. That is the carbon capture and storage and the nuclear power. But there is still some challenge related to that because the carbon capture and storage, there is still this long chain logistic challenge, and the nuclear is still this very adverse public and social opinion related to use of nuclear on board the ships. And the other factor that could be it's mentioned in the report, that is very important, is the green shipping corridors that can accelerate the application of carbon neutral fuel in the more controlled and lower scale, manageable scale. And then where the technologies can be proven and later on scale up wherever is needed in the transition. And the success of the green corridor will be determined by the engagement of the relevant players, and particularly with the governments, because they can set a progressive financial and regulatory mechanism, making this viable for the whole industry.